Hi, this is Betsy. I am talking about my on-call notebook for my cognition class. Artwork is done by Sally Schroeder, my sister. Before I get started inside the notebook, I did prepare an extra notebook that shows activities that I could take with me to the homes and rooms that the clients are in. So my first one has got cards like Uno, Face 10, and a regular deck of cards, puzzles. This one's a mathematics. It's got sticks and it allows us to solve multiplication, adding and subtracting, and division problems. I made it my first ever bingo game. Some recipes to copy and to practice. Yahtzee, who does not love Yahtzee? Great for sequencing and some strengthening unmasked skills. And then some empty pockets that would have like pencils and pens and stuff in that. And a lot of that too is to help provide on hands or hands-on demonstration. Well, the worksheets are something to provide more of a homework activity, but it's also incorporated throughout. When we start the booklet, the on-call booklet, there's a piece there that talks about how these activities can be modified for anyone, whether their education level, ethnicity, language, whatever. It can all be modified. Behind that, I do have some therapy discharge stuff and a cognitive communication checklist. When a client comes in, of course, we're going to have them fill out a client questionnaire, things about them, what some of their likes, hobbies, foods. Then I found an evaluation off ASHA, and I printed that off and included that off the ASHA website. Most of the evaluations evaluate all of the sections of the cognitive domains. Of course, to me, when I think of attention, I think of those that is something that can be observed. You can see that person's antsy or not. I included the chart that was in our class that gave us a description for attention and memory strengthening and dementia. And then while I was searching the web, I found at strokeengine.ca a list of assessments and screening tools that are available to SLPs. So my first section is attention. And in that attention, I used another type screening tool that just it's like a questionnaire, just to see if the person can not only remember, but pay attention. And then I used some addition and subtractions. I will tell you, I got these from the Welk 2 book. Some subtraction, some multiplication, division, some mixed problems. And then I got some puzzles, word searches, and it gets harder as they go on, and crossword. That also continues to get harder as they go on. And then a seek words out. So you're given this little box and you have to find 30 words in that little box. My next section is memory. I used the cognitive testing, the frontal assessment battery, the MOCA is all talked about in this little packet. Again, this tests all types of different cognitive domains. The slums is included in there. Then I added some general information questions, some multiple choice questions, some object questions and occupations, some yes, no, word pair associations, some directions. Directions are definitely important for memory. Following directions and then being able to write them, word retention lists, functional memory appointments. Of course, things that where you can provide a sentence and they have to repeat it back after so many minutes. Identification systems. A lot of these can be manipulated for those who are in the severe capability. For the attention, I would most likely use things that are hands-on, like when you come to the mathematical problems, I would get out my mathematical squares. When it comes to memory, I'd probably use the bingo game. That's more of a hands-on activity where I could provide more hand-over-hand situations. So that would be for the memory. So then the visual scanning, again, I use the mocha up there because you have the visual stuff. You've got each additional area in here. And visual scanning would be a little bit difficult for hands-on, for a severe patient, but is doable. So you could provide hands-on, you can use activities, maybe not this hard, but you can make it lessen. Definitely using the color copy, providing some blocks to them of the same colors, and they have to put it in a pattern, and you give them hand-over-hand instruction. The road puzzler may be another good one for hands-on, where you cut it up together and you help them put it together. But those are some other activities that you can use also with the quote-unquote not so severe. The visual scanning, where you have to find numbers and letters in like a small paragraph. The next one is language, where you use the CLQT. Again, that goes through everything. So we got the word matching definitions, deductive reasoning, completing analogies. And you could use the analogies with the pictures with severe patients, because you can provide them with a hand over hand, and you've got the visual, you've got the verbal, and then you have that touch. And you can make these different ways where you can actually maybe have the object and they have to place the actual object on the paper or whatever to help with that. Unscrambling some sentences, comparing items, giving opposites. Your last one is the verbal reasoning, executive functions. And this is like our everyday activities. So I have the faves in there. And then I go into calendar work. And this is a map where you've got to do some questions about it. That I would probably flag for severe, because again, it's something you could do hands-on. You can have like a little car and they could drive around on the map. Then you can find which one. There's a pill taking time, when you take your medicine, money management, activities, calendar activities. Again, a calendar activity we could use for severe. You could get an actual calendar and have little like stickers or Velcro with objects there. So that would actually be 2 activities for the severe. A restaurant menu. You could do the same thing. You could print out some pictures of the person's choices. In the very back, of course, I have the administration and scoring of the faves. So I always have a copy of that with me. And 5 different editorials about things that may cause cognitive delay: alcohol consumption, anemia, past, present, and future, how it's changed, what we have found out, clinical perspectives, and a timely diagnosis, making sure that everything is done right. So this is my on-call book. Hope you enjoyed the presentation and have a great day.